Black and Blue, The Art of Fucking Up by Jeremy Void. The line of urine sprays from my cock, arcing and splashing on the window of Domino's Pizza, the big front window that looks into the whole forefront of the store. The woman at the counter stares and blushes, taking an order, I assume, on the phone, while her eyes point downward and try to avoid marveling at the massive prick pumping piss into the window. She likes it, and the stream keeps on coming. Then it dwindles, trickling at my feet, and finally stops. I tuck my dick back inside my pants and kind of shuffle as I pull them up my waist, zip the fly and button up. Behind me, Craig is hollering, telling me to hurry up and get back inside the car. The cocaine is waiting for me. It's being patient, he says, very patient. But you and I both know patience is a vice and the coke will find this out itself given time. And he laughs, the sound gargled and goofy, drunk in its own right. I turn around to see Craig sitting in the front seat, leering out the window and laughing and glaring at my legs. I follow his glare and... fuck me, my jeans are darkening. I realize then that I haven't stopped pissing. But fuck it, it's only piss. I got coke to look forward to. I go around the front of his car, clapping my hand on the hood with hard deliverance to let him know I'm coming. When I reach the passenger side, he leans over and unlatches the door, as it won't open from the outside, and I slide inside. Next to the seat, a CD case is laid on the armrest, or whatever you would call that thing that opens and closes for the sake of stashing one's drugs. 2 lines of cocaine, looking so incredibly appetizing that my mouth waters with delight, and I have to lick the spittle from my lips to keep from drooling, are prepared for the taking. My buddy Craig, he rolls a $1 bill and weasels it up his nose, lowers his head and then pulls up through the tube one of the lines. I watch his eyes grow as an automatic result, my own eyes shifting from his to the CD case and then back to his brown glazed and dilated dots. I'm so looking forward to that initial thrill, the hard punch ramming into my heart, and the taste that comes moments later, when my throat starts numbing and maybe burns a bit, but that's the best part, when the hit really kicks in. He raises his head and with a smile slips me the $1 bill, and I do the same, taking the whole line like a pro. It comes crashing up my nostril, the sensation a mix between abrasive and soft, tearing and soothing and delivering a blow of epic proportion. The force like having a horse drive its hind hooves into my chest. Not an unpleasant feeling. I finish devouring the line and oh how relieved I feel, as though having woken up on my own accord after a night of sleeping as soundly as a drugged up hound, my skin warm with delight as the car opens up and allows more room to breathe. It's magnificent, and Craig, when I assume he catches the hint of a smile on my face, shifts the car in the reverse, backs up a bit and guns it out of the lot as I fiddle with the radio dial. A talk show announcer jabbering mindlessly about unimportant current events, a fizz of feedback, some lame pop song, another talk show, some more static, the news, the weather, and I insert my own CD. We drive along for a little while, taking lefts and rights until we enter and descend the on-ramp of the highway. The car speeds up and edges sideways and continues that way till we merge into the farthest left lane, and then the car kicks it forward, a jerk and a jolting pull thrusting us along with the sudden change of speed. And remember that taste I was talking about? Well, it hits me right now, and the car I notice is flying off the ground, faster than I've ever seen a car go. It soars like a rocket ship, hitting ruts and bumps, bouncing on its shocks. The music I've chosen to play is fast and hard-hitting, heavy like a brick, smashing around the insides of my ears, a smile eating my face. I slip my sunglasses on and look in the mirror, and a rock star stares back at me, so stunningly handsome. My head bounces on my neck, and I even hold up my right hand like the sign of the devil as I bob and glower. I'm an unstoppable force, flying down the highway in the fastest lane, sitting beside Craig, whose eyes are centered on the road, focused like a dog protecting its bone. The music makes the mood of the moment seem more real, more vivacious and romantic, a gigantic relaxed feeling I suddenly want more of. We glide along, my head nodding up and down, the bounces resembling a roller coaster ride. I'm so full of glee right now, so full of wonder and excitement, that I never want to come down. When I glance out my own window, the other cars on the road seem to be soaring by even faster. That's weird. I turn the volume down and say to Craig, how fast are we going? Suddenly aware that my mind might be playing a trick. He cranes his head and says, 80, why? Turn the music back up. Don't you hear the other cars honking? Yeah, probably some hot chick hitchhiking. Seriously, Craig, how fast? Seriously, Dave, I don't fucking care or no. Fast. Look at the speedometer, you fucking ass. He angles his head and his smile shifts into surprise. Fuck, we're only going 40. And his smile comes back. The two of us laughing loud and out of control. The car wavering to and fro. Cars are honking at us, I tell him. I know. At that his laughter only grows, but then falters when flashing red and blue lights brighten the highway, reflecting off the rearview mirror, and his laughter immediately ceases, as does mine. He slows the car and drifts as far right as he can to the side. My nerves explode with fear. My heart starts beating mega fast. I crane my head frantically. My eyes scan the street. The flow of cars is slowing until there are none on the road anymore, all of them having drifted to the side. I hate my life is what I'm thinking as the cruiser pulls behind us and the sirens shut off. My stomach clenches and sweat streams down my face. My hands wet and anxious. Time all of a sudden slows. Everything gets quiet and sounds distant. A loud pounding in my ears, rhythmic. The door of the cruiser cranes outward and a boot materializes. It touches the ground and a second boot follows. What the fuck, I utter, but I don't think Craig can hear. His face is frozen forward and his eyes are focused on the road ahead. I don't know how he can be so still at a time like this. This is not good, not one bit. The cop is coming toward the car, one step after another, and then time resumes its normal speed, and the cop is saying, "Do you know how fast you were going?" Craig doesn't speak. I lean over and whisper in his ear, "Don't tell him. It's all a test." Do you know how fast you were going? Craig's head starts its cycle, and eventually he is returning eye contact with the cop. He says, what? How fast were you going? Craig's head rotates again until he is facing me, and I shake my head. Don't say anything, I want to tell him. Don't you dare speak. Can you please step out of the car, sir? He slowly obeys, and that's when I notice his skin is quivering. Fuck this. I'm out of the car, slamming the door hard and bolting down the side of the highway. I'm almost caught up to the cruiser and behind it, when the door clicks open and a black man tackles me to the ground. He throws cuffs around my wrists as I struggle to break free. I scream and wriggle on the ground now. His knee grinds my backbone. "Let me fucking go," I shout, almost crying. I whip my head back, aim to smash him in the chin, but he catches my hair in his hand and slams my face into the street, now held down on my cheek. "Seriously, man," I holler at him like a deranged freak. "Seriously, do you know who the fuck I am?" Spit sprays from my mouth and I continue shouting. "No," he says sternly, holding my head firm on the ground. "I don't know who the fuck you are." I feel his breath on the back of my neck. "Shut up," he commands, keeping himself calm. "Hey, you think we should call an ambulance?" In the distance, probably. He holds me there for a long time. I watch them direct Craig past my head, his feet coming real close, and lead him into the backseat of the cruiser. The other cop, the one not holding me down, his boots only inches from my face, says real calm like, "You have the right to remain silent." "Fuck you," I snap, and laugh slightly like it's all a joke. I said fuck you. The cop pulls up on my hair, my head going with it, and drives me back down. The feeling of the crash like fire ants chomping on my skin. It burns. My eyes water. "Fuck you," I spit one last time, feeling winded, deflated, defeated. It's no use fighting them. They'll only win.